Hello, Wii players and all those who happen to watch. Today we're going to review for the Sega Master System on the Wii Virtual Console Fantasy Zone. Also, bonus, undisclosed footage of a other review I did that I didn't quite. It was sort of like a bunk review, but in any case, it was a review for Earthbound, which is Mother Part 2. But in any case, both reviews coming up next. Hey, standard gameplay or Nintendo's first horror Hello, Wii players, once again to Is It Worth Your Wii Points? Today we're going to recover a lost classic that is, of course, was always well known anyway. But here it is to you. Fantasy Zone. This game is a, point A to point B concept game. Your goal, of course, is to destroy these little enemy bases in each zone until you, of course, you get to the final zone. To try not to ruin too much spoilers to the game does have a storyline that's actually pretty darn interesting. I mean, it's kind of half-notched, but it's still a pretty interesting storyline at the end. I think it's very much worth getting to the end to view the ending, because of course it's sort of like a shocker plot twist to it. I'm not even going to mention what the ending is. But gameplay is smooth. The graphics are smooth. The animation for the enemies is smooth. The music is very, and I mean very catchy. The levels are very different from one another, of course, varying from an ocean level, an air level, a fire level, and a plains level, which represents forests and all that stuff. But I highly recommend this game for the simple reason that it has a lot of value to it. This is one of the few games in the Sega Master System that was a true marvel. For the ears, for the thumbs, and for the eyes to view. I thought it was very, very well executed for the simple fact that it had a lot of variety for such a little compact game. I mean, it was kind of short-lived if you didn't know what you were doing, but for me, I was quite good at this game when I was younger. I mean, I didn't officially own a cartridge, but it was still a good memory for me later on. But in any which case, thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm going to let the rest of the footage roll. But you guys take it easy and kick back and listen to some of the music for the theme song for Is It Worth Your Wii Points. Also, I would like you to check out Is It Worth Your Microsoft Points, which is a little video introduction done by Satanic Baked Beans. They are doing some 360 arcade games, and you should check them out. The URL and stuff like that will be at the end of this video. But also, please check out the next review coming up next, covering Earthbound. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hello, Wii players and all those who happen to watch. Today I'm going to give a very biased review. I'm only kidding. Today I'm going to review Earthbound, which is Mother 2 in Japan. But in any case, gameplay simple, very brief footage, very brief review. I could not get into the game when the game first came out to the States. I could not get into it, which I gave it another second try. I could not get into it for the third run. To me, it felt like it was just a generic, another made game. You know, aside from its sense of humor, aside from its good music, aside from its gameplay that's on par, I cannot get into the game. Now, I'm not saying don't buy the game, because the game is worth your Wii points. It has a very strong collector value on eBay and Amazon and all that. But I cannot personally get into the game. But on fair judgment, This game is worth it for the simple fact it has a very, very interesting, wacky storyline. You know, you have 4 kids. Main character, the male is called Ness. You know, he's into baseball. When I randomized his favorite food, he loves steak, apparently. You know, he has his companion dog. He had a bumblebee, I guess. You know, you go through towns, you go through villages, you go through caves, you go through dungeons, you know, just go around all over the place, and, you know, you just do stuff. But, yeah, I mean, the gameplay is good, you know, it's interesting. It's this very sci-fi comic feel. It's sort of like a Red Dwarf episode. Kind of an awkward analogy to compare it to, but, you know, Red Dwarf is a very funny show. This was kind of had a funny game, you know, it had some funny scenes to it, but to the best of me, I cannot get into the game. That's just for me. I mean, for everybody else, I think you would get into it. But in any which case, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Is It Worth Your Wii Points episodes.